Now that's more like it.
Double kill.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is Wasmatic. Welcome to my channel. For those of you who are regulars here, I can only apologise for not having been around yet again for some time. Real life has taken a hold on me. I've actually started my own business, but I'll cover that in a completely separate video. Today I'm here to talk to you about my ongoing investigation into both skill ranking systems and the MMR, and how Blizzard assess you in Overwatch in terms of your individual performance. So, for those of you who didn't see my video, which was made during Season 2, where I was starting to become a little bit disgruntled with the ranking system and how it seemed to be working for me, I only solo queue, and I really struggle with teammates. I struggle not to tilt, if I'm honest. But in Season 1, so I'll recap what's happened to date, because I've got some very interesting findings from both Season 3 and Season 5. Now, the theory was, in the video which you'll see in the top right of this screen now, if you haven't watched that one before, the theory was at the time that your skill ranking system had a carryover from the previous season. So, in Season 1, for those of you who are around in Season 1, when it first started, the ranking was 0 to 100. And for reasons of volume, etc, etc, Blizzard extended that to 0 to 5,000, and that makes perfect sense to me, and I understand why they did that. So I ranked my placement matches at around about rank 50, which would have me about midpoint, which I would suggest is probably about right in terms of my individual playstyle. Other people may disagree, but I feel like I'm playing better now than I ever have done. But in Season 1 it ranked me at 50. I actually slid very fast down to about 26, and I bumbled between 26 and 40 for the remainder of that season, and I can't remember where I finished out. It was probably low 30s, I think. So that put me on really quite a low position. So going into Season 2, I had a really good think about how I'm going to try and boost myself through to our higher placement, because ELO hell, whether you like it or not, it does exist. I'm a firm advocate that ELO hell exists. In fact, I've got prime examples from just yesterday as to why it's just a trash place to be in sort of bronze, silver and even gold. Season 2, I played Mercy. Nothing but Mercy in my placement matches, and I came out, I won 6 matches, I drew 2 matches and I lost 2, which I described in the video that I've linked above. That placed me at 2188 in the ranking system. Now, I bumbled around between 1800 and 2200 for the remainder of that season. It didn't feel like a natural place to be, but it didn't equally feel like it was too low. You get the obvious issues with teammates and crazy people who try to go 1v6 or won't group up and all of that stuff. But so in Season 2, I had a good long look at my placement matches. I got 2166, and I thought, well, how can I now theorise, do some theory craft, and how can I now extend that thinking into Season 3? So I started to think, in the middle of Season 2, started thinking, how can I try and bump my placement matches, so get myself into the next rank up, maybe jump from gold into platinum. And I've got an interesting video. I created a second account and did a test on placement matches. Well, there's a separate video about that, but it's a very, very interesting finding from my second account. My placement was quite a shock. So Season 2, I theorised about how you can get your rank boosted up. So I believed that there was a carryover from your previous season. It's actually not true. So what I did is I decided to play for medals and time on fire, because it was starting to become more theory that it was based on individual performance. Clearly the number of wins you have, as you'll see in a minute, doesn't actually count for anything. You have to then bear in mind that as Overwatch was starting to take off around about Season 2, Season 3, more players were joining, so in theory the volume at each tier could have pushed me down, but I'm talking about my individual placement matches now, and this is what I've found. Season 3, I just played Soldier. Now, I play Soldier better than any other hero in the game. I'm a good Mercy, I'm a good Lucio, I'm a good Diva, I'm a pretty good Winston, but Soldier, if I ever need to turn a game around, I'll jump onto Soldier. Now, I play Flex. I don't stick to one hero, I don't main a hero, but if I had to say that's my main, it would be Soldier. Season 3, I achieved 6 wins and 4 losses, so you would think that based on the wins and losses theory, in terms of your placement, and bear in mind the previous season, Season 2, I was placed at 2188, and that was with 6 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses. This was 6 wins and 4 losses, so in theory I could expect to be placed lower. But I played Soldier, I had more gold medals, I had more time on fire. For the end of Season 3, I was placed at 1782. So maybe you could say that those 2 losses accounted for the drop from 2188 to 1782. So that put me borderline gold, silver, I think it was in Season 3. So I then did a bit of a test and I thought, is the previous season's performance being counted towards the ranking system you achieve in your placement in the following season? Because I had seen some of the Grandmasters and some of the pro players who solo queued, I think it was IDDQD, who had 6 losses, 2 wins, 2 draws, and achieved a rank of 3450. And looking at that video that was made about his ranking and placement games, and seeing that he could achieve a 3450 with 6 losses, 2 wins, and 2 draws, it seemed obvious to me that clearly his placement from the previous season was carrying over. As far as I'm aware, Blizzard have never commented on that. There have been some comments that have come out from Jeff Kaplan lately, which has changed my tactic in Season 5. So, recap. Season 1 I was at 50, I dropped around about 30. Season 2 I was placed at 2188, which is gold, and then I bumbled around between 1800 and 2188, which was my cap, so I dropped and never actually overachieved beyond 2188. Season 3 I played Soldier, I got 6 wins, 4 losses, and I achieved a 1782, so the more I played the better I got. Blizzard were telling me that I was actually slipping in rank. Didn't feel right, it didn't feel just. It's a team game, so you have to then look at the composition and your placement matches and all of the other variables that can impact upon it. But as Blizzard was saying at the time, your individual performance is what ranks you, not your team performance, so the wins don't matter. So I then thought, I'm going to skip Season 4. So I didn't play a single game in Season 4, I just did quick play when I played. Dare I say it, I played some other games as well, which were quite good. But I didn't play Season 4 at all. So that brings us then squarely into Season 5. And this is where it gets really interesting, because I played my 10 placement matches, I won 7 and I lost 3. So you're thinking, hey, hang on a minute, and I played stonking games. I was 3 gold medals, 4 gold medals in every game. I was playing out of my skin. My placement, 1480. So I'm playing Soldier better than I ever have played him before, and the ranking system is telling me that slowly but surely over time I'm sliding down and down and down. Now since then I've jumped on, I've played some matches and I've crept up. So here's the point. What's the point of all of this research and investigation? This video, I wanted to see what happens when you skip a season. Now if the previous season's ranking counts for the next season, my theory was that if you skip a season you will gain, if let's say I placed at 2200 and I skipped a season and your previous season carried over, then in theory I would be building on that 2200, but clearly that is not the case. So be warned, do not be like me. If you skip a season, it would appear that Blizzard will punish you for missing that season. There will be something in the algorithm that looks at you as an individual player and says, okay, you've played well in these 10 placement matches, but because you didn't play last season, we're going to place you here and you need to climb. Now, a separate video on this, which I'll be doing probably later today, is to test the theory, because bear in mind, Blizzard are telling me that's my individual skill rank. Now what's come out from Blizzard, from Jeff Kaplan, since I made that first video, is there's been a piece of information that he leaked, or he spoke about on the forum, which said that your ranking is not based on your performance in that game necessarily. Your ranking is predominantly based on your performance on that hero against every other hero on that server. or it may even be worldwide, but let's say I play on European servers. So if I'm playing Soldier, Soldier's a very popular pick. So what happened as a result of that is that we then saw a whole bunch of players go off and start to make random picks that are not sort of core meta, if you like. So my performance on Soldier is what ranked me at 2188. That performance on Soldier... sorry, no, that was on Mercy. What's happened since then is I've placed on Soldier at 1782, skipped a season, and then slid very heavily into 1480. Bear that in mind, because the next video I'm going to make will tell you about what happened when I played my placement matches on another account. I bought another account when they had a sale on, I levelled that account up to 25, and I went straight into my placement matches. And the findings were quite shocking, and Blizzard's clearly got issues with their own individual skill ranking system, because on that separate account I played Soldier. I will leave you with that thought, and I'm going to go and make this other video now to spill the beans. Thank you very much for watching. If you don't subscribe already, as ever, like everyone else on the planet, I would like you to subscribe to my channel, so please hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for now. Bye.
Good job. Good job.
Final score 3-2. Victory.
Soldier would have got played the game.